Live, local, late breaking. This is NewsWatch 12 this morning.
Good morning. The time is 6:30 on January 28th. Welcome to NewsWatch 12 this morning. I'm Carlos Murrieta. Right now we're first taking a live look out at Smith River from the Lucky Sevens Casino. We want to turn back over to Storm Alert Weather 12 meteorologist Sarah Kress for a look at our Wednesdays. And Sarah, as we're hanging out this morning, can we expect more rainy conditions?
We're seeing some spotty showers here or there, or I should say isolated at this point. And really, we're not going to be seeing too much more of that activity today. So here's a look out at Phoenix along I-5, and road conditions, they're looking pretty good, I'd say. Temperatures sitting at 33 degrees. Where we're seeing maybe some concerns when it does come to travel this morning definitely is going to be along the passes. But notice that, yeah, showers are pretty isolated. We'll see maybe here or there rather light one. We could see those continue possibly throughout your morning, but better chances to see a shower is going to be along the Cascades west. In terms of winds this morning as well, it still is rather breezy along the coast, but definitely not where we were sitting yesterday morning. They will be on the lighter side areas inland today. So in general, we can expect to be mostly to partly cloudy sky conditions as well. Those light lingering showers are possible for us, but I'd say most of us are going to be on the drier side today. Now temperatures, we have 33 for Medford, 34 over to Ashland. Along the coast, that's where it is a bit more mild. We're at 52 for Brookings. Back into Siskiyou County, we're at 35 for Wairika. Doris, you're at 34. Eastside, Christmas Valley, 21. And over to Klamath Falls, 23 and 32 for Chiloquin. Now we are going to be seeing some mild high temperatures today. It definitely is going to be pretty close to normal and similar to where we're sitting for your Tuesday. So 52 for Medford. Over to Wairika, you'll be at 50, Klamath Falls 45, Grants Pass at 49, upper 50s for the coast. Tomorrow we have the possibility for some showers earlier into the day, and overnight tonight we'll kind of see that activity pick up again. Friday is going to be on the drier side, with the exception being the coast, with more chances for those showers. So the trend right now is that the best possibility to see showers definitely is going to be along the coast, but it's not expected to be a washout by any means. So I'll go into a bit more details, of course, at what you can expect for your commute this morning, because we are seeing some patchy areas of fog for our west side valleys. And of course, a look at your passes, all coming up in your next forecast. Carlos?
Thank you, Sarah. Beginning this morning with an update. The city of Ashland says patching is planned at the downtown Plaza Loop this morning after crews repaired a leak in the Lithia water supply line. The city says the Plaza Loop will remain open, but a few parking spaces near City Hall will be unavailable during the morning hours. Timing of the patching will depend on weather conditions. And a member of Congress was assaulted at an event in Minneapolis as tensions rise following the deadly shooting of Alex Preddy. Democratic Congresswoman Ilhan Omar spoke out against the federal immigration crackdown, where she was charged by a man at a town hall. The man appearing to spray a liquid at her before being arrested.
Must abolish ICE for good. And DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment.
Overnight, President Trump called the Congresswoman a fraud, saying she probably had herself sprayed. And we're learning new details after a court hearing in the Medford drive-by shooting case. Records show a judge has set bail for security for Joel Matthew Caswell. He appeared in court for a hearing on the defense motion to set bail security. The judge set bail at $10,000 with pretrial monitoring. He remains in Jackson County Jail on a separate federal hold. Caswell has pleaded not guilty to multiple state charges connected to drive-by shootings in Northeast Medford, including unlawful use of a weapon, reckless endangerment, and first-degree criminal mischief. And a California man is now in jail after he was found with more than 1,300 pounds of illegal marijuana grown in the Mount Shasta Vista area. The Siskiyou County Sheriff's Office says they pulled over 55-year-old Sheil Saunders for a traffic violation. In a search of the vehicle, they found 74 bags of marijuana, $250,000 in cash, and a gun. Saunders was arrested for transportation and possession of marijuana for sale and booked into the Siskiyou County Jail. And more than $1.2 billion in illegal cannabis has been seized since the launch of the Unified Cannabis Enforcement Task Force in California. According to the office of Governor Gavin Newsom, since 2020, more than 757,000 pounds of cannabis, topping at $1.2 billion, has been seized. Along with that information, more than 670 search warrants operations across 36 counties were conducted, more than 1 million cannabis plants were destroyed, 75 arrests made, and seized more than $2.5 million in cash and 230 firearms. And moving into the School Watch, the Medford School Board held a special meeting recently with legislators where they discussed several issues, including special education funds and needs. NewsWatch 12's Grace Ritz looked into those discussions.
Special education programs in Medford School District are facing more pressures with more students being added and more complex needs. Staffing and funding is being stretched thin.
Right now in Medford, 1 in 4 students are either on an IEP or they're a second language learner. So we're getting more students with higher needs, whether they're identified as special education or not.
In a recent special board meeting, the Medford School District discussed a noticed increase in children who need extra help or special education courses. And with that increase comes added cost. And that funding hasn't increased in years.
That 30,000 number has been in place a long time. So it's too low. And I don't think any of my business partners across the large district would argue with that.
That number reflects the state's cap on special education funding per student, and the district says it simply doesn't cover the real costs.
So that number needs to be raised, which would reduce the unfunded portion, but it's being funded less than 50% right now.
When those costs and needs rise, the district says the impact is felt across the whole district and not just in the special education department.
In all these cases, when we spend more on SPED, that money really comes from the non-SPED kids. It's just the way it is. And it's just making everything else more difficult.
District leaders say that they're seeing students coming in with more complex needs starting earlier.
We had 60% of our incoming students that were not toilet trained. We had to close a classroom. We have never closed a classroom because of behavioral need. Even though we're there helping and supporting, it was a pretty stark change to what we had seen in previous years.
The district says the continued conversation with the state and legislators is needed to increase adequate funding for special education programs. Reporting in Medford, I'm Grace Ritz.
And news this morning, emergency crews responded to a large vehicle fire overnight in Cave Junction just past midnight. Fire and law enforcement responded to reports of a structure fire to the 4000 block of Holland Loop Road. Sheriff deputies arrived first on the scene to confirm a vehicle was fully engulfed in flames. Illinois Valley Fire District crews knocked down the fire. No injuries were reported and the cause remains under investigation. And extensive fuel mitigation efforts are continuing in the Greenhorn area with more pile burns planned in the coming weeks. The California Conservation Corps are removing hazardous materials to reduce the risk of wildfires. The city of Wairika asked visitors to keep a safe distance from burning operations and stay out of closed trails. Burning will continue as weather allows. And after 5 years of construction and more than a decade of planning, construction equipment was officially removed from the Prairie Creek Flood Plain Restoration Project site at Orao. According to the California Trout, the transformation of the former mill site has turned into a thriving wetland and off-channel habitat to restore floodplain rearing habitat for salmon and steelhead in the Redwood Creek watershed.
This year in 2025, we built a backwater pond and we moved Prairie Creek away from Highway 101. The effort of moving Prairie Creek involved dewatering the old Prairie Creek channel. In that process, we moved over 15,000 critters to safe places while we completed the construction, and now they're back in there just loving the new habitat.
Cow trout, the Yurok tribe, Save the Redwoods League, and a team of local, state, and federal partners have been working side by side for more than a decade for this restoration project. And the Yurok tribe has started installing a 155,000-gallon water tank in the Klamath Town site. Community members are being asked to avoid the town area until the project is finished to ensure the safety of workers and residents. The tribe says this much needed project will dramatically improve drinking water security in the town site. And a long-standing summer tradition in the Rogue Valley may be coming to an end. This summer will be the final fireworks show at the Jackson County Expo grounds. This decision was discussed for months, and city officials decided to make the decision last fall. The reason? To prevent any fires from starting due to fireworks.
3 out of the last 5 years, the fireworks shows have actually started fires on the Greenway. We can do as much as we can to keep the ground down out there, but when it's 100 degrees and it's been brown for a month, it's really hard to not have fires start because of fireworks shows.
The city has looked into possibly partnering with other cities nearby to see if the fireworks can be set off somewhere safely, or to replace the fireworks show with a drone show. And Wake Up and Win is back this week. You can have the chance to win 4 tickets to Dinosaur Adventure at the Jackson County Expo taking place this weekend. All you have to do is watch NewsWatch 12 this morning between 6:45 and 7 a.m. Spot that daily code word and enter on our website. So be sure to stick around towards the end of the show.